So good morning, class 8 children. Today we are going to start with the flip teaching as this is a part of your cycle 2 exam. So start first. Sachi is going to be start.
Ma'am, I need to screen share. What is friction? The force which opposes the relative motion between two surfaces in contact. The force of friction always opposes the applied force that may be push or pull. Friction is caused by the irregularities on the two surfaces in contact. Irregularities on the two surfaces lock into one another, also called interlocking, causing friction. Factors affecting friction. Friction depends on the nature of surfaces in contact. Friction is more between rough surfaces and less with smooth surfaces. Friction depends on how hard the two surfaces press together. So these are the factors affecting friction. How is friction essential? Now, I got some examples given below. First is we could not hold things like glass tumbler and other things without friction because as it becomes very difficult to hold a greasy glass. Second is when we write with chalk on the blackboard, its rough surface rubs off some chalk particles which sticks on the blackboard. It helps us to read what is written on the blackboard. Third is friction helps object to move, stop, or to change the direction of motion. So we cannot walk without friction.
May.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I will be explaining the three types of friction. Firstly, as we already know, friction is caused when the irregularities between the two surfaces gets interlocked, which may cause a moving object to stop or an object that is in rest to that it cannot move. So here I have a stack of books which are at the rest position. And if I'm applying a little force from this direction to make them move, they are not moving. Why? Because a static friction is acting from the opposite direction between the two surfaces and not allowing them to move. As static friction is a strong friction, so I need to apply more force to overcome the friction. When I apply more force, these start to slide against the table. And we know when one surface slides against the another, sliding friction takes place between the surfaces. For the third type of friction, I have these cylindrical sketch pens and I will place them on the table like this. And on the top of these, I will place my stack of books. And when I am moving this, it's moving very easily. Very less force is needed. So the last type of friction is the rolling friction, which is the weakest type of friction. It means when an object, it comes into play when an object rolls over another surface. Why the rolling friction is the weakest? Because as you can see, the surface area that comes in contact with the table is very less. So for recalling, we knew about three types of friction. Static friction, that is the strongest friction. And second, sliding friction, that is less than static but more than rolling. And the third type of friction, that is rolling friction and the weakest type of friction.
In front of you. And my topic is chapter 13, sound. These are some musical instruments. Now I will show some musical instrument. This is a piano.
Unmute Veronica.
Yes, ma'am. This is a piano, and when I playing it, it produces a sound. This is a dolak. When I play it, it also produces sound. And this is a guitar. Sound. In humans, in human, sound is produced by a windpipe or larynx. It is the upper part of the windpipe. Two vocal cords are stretched across the voice box, leaving a narrow slit. When the lung force air through the slit, it vibrates and produces sound. This is a function. These are also some musical instruments. Some musical instruments produce sound when they are beaten or struck. For example, jal tarang, mangra, bell, etc. Sound produced by human. How we hear sound through our ear. Sound enters the ear through a ear canal. It makes the eardrum to vibrate. The eardrum sends the vibration to the inner ear. From there, the signal go to the brain and then we hear the sound. This is the process.
Ma'am and my dear friends, today I'm class 8B roll number 1 is going to presenting my science fair planning in front of you. Today my topic is what is sound. When everything we hear is called sound. Sound plays an important role in our lives. It helps us to communicate with one another. We hear a variety of sound in our surroundings. Now my next topic is about how sound is produced by the humans. Sound is produced by the voice box or the larynx. It present in the upper end of the windpipe. When the lungs force air through a slit, vocal cords vibrate and producing sound. Now let's talk about how we can hear sound. When sound enters it travels through a canal which is present at the end of the thin membrane which is tightly stretched. Here I made a diagram of a human ear. As you can see, this is a structure of a human ear. Here, this is called the eardrum. Thank you, ma'am, for listening.
33. And my topic is friction. Chapter 12, friction. Force of friction. Force of friction is the force which opposes the motion of an object over the surface. For example, a ball rolling on a ground, gradually it slows down. Friction is less on smooth surfaces. For example, if we push a ball on a smooth surface, it move where more time than a rough surface. Thank you.
Flip learning on the chapter 12. My topic is friction, a necessary evil. You could not write with pen or pencil if there were no friction. When your teacher is writing with chalk on blackboard, its rough surface rubs on some chalk particles with stick to
Yes, what happened? At least complete the sentence.
if there were no the blackboard. If an object started moving, it would never stop if there were no friction. Had there been no friction between the tires of the automobiles and the road, they could not be started or stopped or turned to change the direction of motion. Thank you for watching my flip learning.